Hi guys, back with another video, and today we're going to be color grading this VFX shot that I made. It's a little quick 3D shot, but it comes straight out of Blender and it's an EXR file. And I just want to show you guys a little quick color grading process of everything, because this is an easy video to edit, and also, you know, I need time for content. So let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. So first, you guys see that this has been brought in really dark. So this is not how it comes out of Blender. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna show you how it looks regularly. So to get back to the regular hue that it should be, go down to VFX IO and then scroll up to gamma, linear to gamma 2.2, and this is how it looked in Blender. So as you see, it's a very bland version of lighting, but the thing about very bland lighting is that you can always alter it to make it look as cool as you really want it to look. So with that, I'm gonna add a serial node. I'm gonna add this serial node, and this serial node is gonna be kind of my lean your way into starting the color grading process. So first of all, when I look at the picture, let's peep out what I see is most needed. So I'm gonna go here to the full screen, and you see it comes in and everything like that. So let's just start with an image. We don't need everything else because we're gonna get distracted. So I see that there's not a big difference between the shadows and the light. Everything is so bland, the lighting is so bland that everything is low-key equally lighted. Even though you can see some shadows in areas like these, you know, there's not much lighting. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is worry about contrast. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna add a node label. I'm gonna add a node label, and I'm gonna call this one contrast. And I'm gonna go to the contrast, and I'm just gonna scale it up until I see it hit a place that I'm really fine with. So I see in these leaves that it's starting to get dark, and I'm looking at these leaves at the bottom, and I'm looking at in these corners over here. So you're starting to see that shadow pop up. This is too dark, so I need it like kind of in this area, in this 2 point something area. Okay, so you see that brought out a lot of more contrast between the darks and the lights. There could be some more emphasis on light, but I have to take into mind that putting emphasis on the light is going to affect this area right here. So that's the main area I'm going to look at. So first, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add another node. I'm going to add a serial node, and I'm going to call this one, hold on, node later, and I'm going to call it reduced high. Boom, reduced high. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go right here, and I'm going to click right there, reduced, and I wanted to just pull out that part, and I'm just pulling down that part any way that I can. So I'm about to go to highlight. And I'm about to turn down the highlight, turn down the mid-tones. Make sure the mid-tones are darker than, and then I'm gonna turn down the shadows. And I'm gonna turn it toward the color that it should be. Mid-tones. Now, this isn't probably the best way to handle it, but this is the best way that's gonna do it now. So I'm turning up the contrast to kind of see what's the difference. Key point, guys, is singled out a certain area in the color grading process, and I'm trying to lower this area down. Now, the best way to do it is the best way to probably handle that would be probably to go back into Blender and probably adjust the material a little bit. See, or adjust the lighting. That would probably be the best way to do it. But this is a color grading thing, so I'm not even gonna do it. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna try to fix it inside DaVinci Resolve. But this shows that you gotta learn. You gotta live and learn. You gotta learn how to do certain things. Not everything is just gonna come off the bat. But it definitely looks better than what it was. Okay, so it has not done much. Has not done much. So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna lower this down. And it just clicked that part. I want to add this part too. This part too. That's the reason why. Okay. I want to turn down the red. Blue. This probably ain't the best way right now. Then I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna go into these oranges right here. I'm gonna push these back. Push these back. Some of them I'll push brown. Yeah, that probably wouldn't be best. Nah. Okay. So we're about to grab that part too. Boom. Grab that part. Make sure we grab the whole thing. Okay, guys, this is trial and error. We're going to turn up the temp a little bit on that. Turn up the temp on that a little bit, slightly. I want to turn the offset up or down. Down is kind of where I want. I'm going to saturation. Turn down saturation. We can go up in contrast or down. We might need to go down and contrast a little bit. Go down and contrast a little bit. Let's leave saturation the way it is. What helps. So it's kind of working. Getting it down. But it's going to be really hard replacing it with kind of that same color and texture without actually going back into Blender and actually finessing it. So we're going to leave that where it is right there. And, we're just not going to focus too much on it. But manage to bring it down a little bit. Probably just, wrong thing. Probably just lower it down a little bit. Lower it down a little bit. So let's go down in the oranges. Lower that down a little bit. Let's go up and versus saturation. Okay, this one is hue versus hue. We'll try to pull it back into that brownish tone. Okay, this is our hue. Lumen. We'll pull it down. I'm even discovering new things. I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, that's about the best I can get it right now. It doesn't look fully right, but that's what I'm gonna leave it at right now. So I'm gonna add another serial node. And what I'm going for is vibe. So I'm gonna pull this node all the way down here and pull this node closer to here, because this is for the full, this is reduced high, and now right here is gonna be the full on high. So this is gonna be full on for high. I'm gonna add another node, and I'm gonna label this one, and I'm gonna call this one highlight. Highlight is basically a refiner. So I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna go over the highlights, and I'm just gonna boost it up a little bit. I'm boosting it all the way up just to see how far it goes and what's best. So I see that I just only need a little boost. So I boost it a little bit. Boost it a little bit. I'm looking more at this grass. I'm not looking at the door, because that door is overly boosted. Not gonna lie. And boom, just like that, we got slightly boosted highlights. Like boosted highlights to push. I'm kind of going for a more apocalyptic, so we can push the saturation back. Into a more grounded theme. And you see how it instantly got more grounded. But I'm gonna do that in another layer just to make it more organized. So I'm gonna do it in this one, and I'm gonna call this saturation. Boom. Okay, so I'm gonna call this one saturation, and right here I'm gonna go into saturation and pull it back a little bit. And I want to make two alternate versions, so I pulled it back to like 35.10 if you want to know exactly the part it's at, the percent it's at. So this is what it looked like before. This is what it looks like now. So we're still bringing it together. I'm still bringing it together right now. So I'm going to leave that up there by that highlight. So I got this, which reduced the door a little bit. I got right here, which contrasted. And then I got right here, which added a slight bend on the highlight. And then I got right here, which desaturated. So now that I'm done with all of these nodes, basically, because what I call those nodes is kind of the put down nodes. These nodes are the beginning nodes to kind of get it to a certain way you want it to look. Now the rest of the nodes is going to be what's going to build that mood. What's going to build that dramaticness to the mood. So it's a coming in shot. Is desaturated now, and these things like that. I might go here and go push that desaturation back to put a slight little bit, and I'll leave it at that. But it's a coming in shot like that, and it's going up. So you see how it's moving. Okay, boom. So what I'm gonna do What I'm gonna do like this. Scoot this back, scoot this back, scoot this back. Boom, I'm gonna leave this up here. I'm gonna add another node. I'm gonna add a serial node. And this serial node right here, is gonna be a mood changer. So I'm gonna move this one down here. Move this one down here. This is how you organize them a little bit. I'm gonna call this one a set node. So this is gonna be called a set node. But let's be specific. So what will I actually be doing to start setting that mood? Do I want to push it into the cool tones? So yeah. So this could be the cooling S. Cooling start. That's what the S stands for, the cooling start. So the cooling start, I want to push this towards a cool vibrant part. No. So I want to push this towards a cool area. So what I'm not gonna do is just push the temp over this way. I'm not gonna do that. Reasons why? Because it's not gonna look all the way good. But it is gonna play a detrimental role. But the first thing I'm gonna do is just slide it over there a little bit. I'm gonna ease it that way so it forces your eye to start thinking of it in a certain way. I'm not just gonna go over there in the cool areas. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slide it over there a little bit. Second thing I'm gonna do is go adjust the colors. So with the green, you notice there's a lot of green in here. I'm gonna start sliding the greens a little bit towards the blue. A little bit towards the blue. This is a drastic change in the greens. And I'm gonna get to the point where I'm gonna start messing with these inner colors, inners, and really seeing what's right. So I see sliding them towards the green still looks natural, still looks good. Okay, now I'm gonna see what these reds are doing. So with these reds, I'm gonna pull them more towards a slightly desaturated tone. I want kind of that apocalyptic tone, like going through it, through hell. But I don't want the natural red tone, so I'm not going towards the red. So you see where that has brought it. So let me just show you what I did. Boom. That's what they did. Boom. That's pulled the colors more into a cool dragon state. It also kind of desaturated the colors, but they're not really desaturated. You got to think they're just pulling towards different colors. Oh, and another great feature is that you can see where stuff is if you pull it towards it. So I see that this light area is in here. So I want to pull that towards some slightly cool areas. Slightly. And you see how much that grays changed it a little bit. So I see where that one is somewhere in here. So this can be pulled back towards that. And I want to bring a little bit of that color in like that. And boom. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. So this is a start, bringing it towards the mood. Now, I'm going to add another node. Let's start speeding this up because this probably is going to be a 10-minute video or something. Yeah, and there's probably going to be a lot to cut out. So, right now, I'm going to start bringing up the mood. So, I'm going to have it like a stair step to inch up towards the final make of the mood. Now, what else will boost the mood? Let's boost the mood. More cooling. Yeah, more cooling. But now, let's add, we got contrast. We got contrast, highlight, saturation. We got a cooling start. So let's add another node because I'm probably going to need another node. But I didn't mean to press that though. So the node label for this one will be Too Cool. So this is gonna be number 2 of the cooling stage. So number 2 of the cooling stage will be to go pushing certain things towards cool. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go here in the shadows and I'm gonna start pushing this stuff towards cool. Towards the cool stuff. And I'm gonna darken it a little bit. Start pushing it towards cool. Same thing with here. I'm gonna start pushing it towards blue. Same thing here. I'm gonna start pushing it towards blue. Right here, I'm gonna test it, you know, pulling it lighter and stuff. But I'm just gonna keep it very moderate. Very moderate. We'll do the highlights, the finished highlights in a minute. Very cool. Not too blue. And we're gonna turn up the offset slightly. Okay. Boom. You see we're getting there. We're getting there. And then right here is gonna be another tint. Tint in the temp. In the temp. Tint, temp. Tint, temp. Okay. Now we're gonna go here. We're gonna push it a little bit more towards cool. You see when we push it all the way towards cool, we get full on blue. We don't need it to be that drastic. I just want slightly cool vibes. And I want to push that tint. Push the tint slightly. And boom. You see we got a slightly more dramatic look. Boom. So imagine that. Feel me? Like without these, this is what it looks like. And then, you know, we start adding that mood to it. Boom. Okay. Boom. 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 This is where we're at now. You see, it's getting better. And it's starting to look cool. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to start going into effects. I'm going to go and grab me a vignette. Because I realized what I want to focus on is that picture. It's in there for a reason. So that's what I want to focus on. So I'm going to add a vignette, not that strong. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go to settings. Oop, got to click it. Boom. All right, I'm going to go to advanced. I'm going to go to size. I'm going to render the size bigger. I don't need it that strong. Can render it a little bit more soft. A little bit more soft. A little bit more transparent. A little bit more transparent. And I'm gonna push it down right there. Along where the picture at. Because it's going to stay aligned with the picture. Okay, boo. It stays aligned with the picture because it comes right in. Boom. Okay. So, now that we got that vignette, now, you know, just to show you the difference. To show you the difference without it. Without it. With it. Okay. So you see the difference. You see the difference. You see what we're going for. Okay, boo. Okay, boo. If you see it, you see it. Okay, boo. You know what I'm saying? It's about to be pretty cool. About to be pretty cool. But this is how cool color grading can change something fully. So, like, I really want you guys to realize how important color grading is. So, after that, I'm about to scroll down and just look at what else could possibly help. Because my mind is going right now and I'm thinking, and I made sure that I did not do nothing before to kind of prepare me. I didn't want it too organized. I wanted you to see kind of the rough process. So that's the reason why it's going to be a lot of cutting in this video. But I hope you guys stick through because there's also things that are dropping that I want to talk about. So, you know, like prints. There are prints out right now that you could be buying, but you're missing out. So I'm going to pull in some light rays. I'm about to see how light rays can pull through on here. So you see what light rays instantly do. That's the reason why I don't really think it will fit, and it does not. I don't know. I don't see that fitting. That will make things glow more. That's not what I want. Okay. Now that I got all the color grading done, now we're about to add a little bit more stuff like noise. So film grain is what I was trying to add. Notice how the film grain is too strong though right there. It's too strong. So I want the complexity to move down. Let's play it and see where the film grain is. I don't want it being too strong. So strength, we can turn it down slightly. Leave all the rest of the settings the same. All the rest of the settings the same. I turn down complexity. And you see it slowed it down a little bit, but hey. Still pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. And now we got us some noise in the shot. Okay, boom. Okay. So we got us a pretty much finished shot. So without the grade, and with the grade. Boom. A totally different shot. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool what you can do. So here's the final grades.